Welcome to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We are about to leave on a really cool road trip to Niagara Falls, Toronto, or Niagara Falls and Toronto, I should say. We are just about to leave here with 100% state of charge. We are going to the Chicago Fire soccer game on Wednesday, and then we're doing some Niagara Falls and Toronto tourism-y things. We just did a trip yesterday to Chicago and back to visit a friend for his birthday party. And this was kind of what we got. We're doing highway speeds in 3.1. That's about what the EPA estimates for this car. So right now it's showing 238 miles of guesstimated range. But we're going to go ahead and reset this here because we want the most accurate for this trip. So now the car is predicting 286. Not saying we're going to get that much range, but if you want to show Caitlin what we're showing here, that's what we're seeing here. So what we're going to do, I sent the destination of our Airbnb to the car already. So we're going to pop in there. Android Auto's working today. It was giving me problems yesterday. It just would not connect. So we can send it from the app, which is nice. So this is our Airbnb. So we'll hit display. Let's see what the car is thinking first. Forgive the crying puppy in the background. So it's calculating, it looks like right now. So it thinks we're going to arrive with 3%. It only thinks 2 charging stops. That seems optimistic. Car might want us to do deeper charges or something. So let's see, what is it? Okay, I guess the display doesn't actually. You selected route. It thinks we can make it all the way to Portage. I don't think that is. I think it's going based off the reset range. I am pretty sure we're gonna have to stop in Chicago, and then it wants us to go up. Wow, it really thinks we can do a long straight. I don't think this is going to be doable, but you know what? We'll see if the car adjusts as we kind of go through here. The Better Route Planner was showing 4 charging stops, and ID.4 thinks 2. So I'm guessing that it wants us to stop. That's crazy. It doesn't even want us to stop to 100 at each. That's optimistic, I would say. So let's see what ID.4 or our Better Route Planner shows in comparison. So with 100% state of charge right now, we're probably going to use a Better Route Planner because, well, we'll see until it stops working on us, because frankly it's a little bit inconsistent, let's say.
Which one is?
A Better Route Planner. Because the last trip it like completely spazzed out and I had to switch to the Volkswagen nav. The Android Auto portion might be just the problem. I think if we were to just do it on the phone it'd be fine, but yeah, it's still calculating. I think it's because our Wi-Fi was so close and just disconnected. No internet connection. Get out of here. Come on. Oh, now we're reconnected to Wi-Fi. All right, so a Better Route Planner thinks it's going to take 12 hours and 5 minutes with 4 charges. So it wants us to stop in Chicago to top up from 52 to 85. It wants us to go to Portage, stop there for 48 minutes, and then charge up to 92. Roseville, Michigan. So I think it still wants us. Why is it not? See, this is the thing I don't understand either. Why is it not taking us the 3 minute shorter route? Like, that's weird. So over the Ambassador Bridge versus coming up to Sarnia and what is that, Port Huron or something? I don't even know. Point something. Yeah, Port Huron. I was right. So it wants to go across the border up there, but that's gonna be the fun part, is crossing borders, and then wants us to charge once in Canada until we get to our final destination. Then we'll be heading to Toronto later this week. But yeah, some fun stuff. So we'll kind of keep both up, I would say, and prepared for one to take over if one kind of shits the bed, for lack of a better term. But we'll start with the ID.4. We'll see. It'll probably adjust. We'll give it a chance. So the ID.4 thinks we're going to get there at 9:59. What does a Better Route Planner think?
And we determined this is still in Central.
Yes, that is still Central. So it'll be like 11 p.m. Niagara time. So let's reset this. I'm just going to put the up-to-date data in a Better Route Planner. Let's see what it thinks. So if we look at the Better Route Planner here, it thinks we're going to get, so it thinks it's going to take, so it's about the same mileage. ID.4 is 625, this is 626. I think it depends which way we actually go. Of course, the ID.4 is trying to have us charge at Electrify Canada, which I don't know if I want to do, considering I'm going to have to pay for it anyway. And Electrify America and that whole company is not really on my positive side right now. But anyway, Roseville, and then it wants us, Better Route Planner wants us to stop in Ivy, Woodstock on route charger. Now, the car is probably saying Electrify Canada because I put in here to prefer Electrify America and Electrify Canada. So I'm just curious, if I get rid of that, like, yeah, it automatically selects America and Canada, and you can't select between the two. think Electrify Canada has a lot of the same issues that Electrify America has. Let's just see how that updates. All right, so where is this charger? I don't want to do that. See, this is why I have to do that, because it's not even routing us to Electrify America's on the way. This is like, what is this? 235 kilowatt GMC. They probably don't even have that open to the public. This is in Battle Creek, Michigan. Why? Why would we go that far off the route? Horrible. I hate the ID.4 guidance. So you know what? We're going to start with a better route planner, I think. And then if we need to switch to the Volkswagen Nav, we'll do that. But I just hate that it does this. So we'll start the route in a better route planner. I have it up on my phone, so it should be coming up here. And we're just going to rock and roll, see how it goes. Cool. So better route planner's working for now. So we're going to get on the road. We got the puppies in the back. We got Caitlin here. Caitlin, what are your thoughts on the initial part, or are you optimistic about the trip?
This is going to be our first true warm weather road trip, so I'm very excited to see how the car performs with that. We have my car plugged in currently right now to our Clipper Creek at-home charger, so it's just going to be hanging out there while we're gone. Not worried about that. I think the only anxiety-inducing thing that I have is crossing the border. I'm not nervous about charging. I'm not nervous about this road trip. We've done enough of these now that it's more fun than
it's second nature now.
Than
for
like
us,
being anxious about this range anxiety or this charging anxiety. It's more fun to us than anything. Those are my thoughts.
Yeah. So I think it'll be good. I don't know, what does a better route planner say we're going to actually get to our final destination? I'm going to look, because the ID.4 nav I think was being almost too optimistic in terms of thinking that we're going to get there by, I thought that was the Solterra.
It said it was 12 hours.
It thinks that, yeah.
So it's probably about the same time, honestly.
I think the ID.4 was predicting 11 because it said it was like 10 o'clock Central.
Yeah.
So ID.4 is like thinking that it's going to take an hour less, but
Yeah.
that's because it's not, I don't think, accounting for the 2 extra charging stops we're going to have to make. I don't think we have a choice. There's no way we make it in 2. It's possible. Last time we did this route to Detroit, we stopped 3 times, I think, on the way to Detroit itself.
Yeah.
So, but that was
And
also
it was
winter.
15, 20 degrees colder.
Yeah.
No, it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit here right now.
It's going to get warmer, I believe.
It's going to get a lot warmer, yeah.
So we'll see how it does. This is, first real warm weather road trip we've done, I think.
Yeah. But we're doing a couple of fun things on our trip through Canada. So obviously we want to get a lot of the charging infrastructure. We want to try a couple different chargers, or I have some planned out. We also want to go to the Niagara, was it the Energy Center?
The power station?
The power station. Orion and I are going to do that, I think, tomorrow. And then we're also doing a boat tour on Niagara Falls, and it's an electric boat. So who knows?
No,
maybe...
this one's not the electric boat.
Oh, I thought we booked... Never mind.
No.
Thought we
there
booked
is
the
an electric boat, but I don't think this one is.
Sad.
It might
I was
be,
excited
but
about that.
I doubt it.
I was excited about that. Anyway, there'll be lots of content coming from this trip. We're very excited to see how it goes. Hoping we see some fun electric cars up there too as well. We are again going through Detroit, so hopefully we'll be able to see some fun, new EVs there. I know someone in the ID.4 Facebook group posted that they saw the Silverado EV charging in the area, so maybe we'll catch some glimpses of those. Who knows? But make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Turn on that notification bell so you get notified when we post these really fun videos that are coming up. Cool. We'll catch you probably in Chicago charging?
Yeah. It looks like it's going to have
Chicago.
a stop on Larrabee Street. I think that's a Target.
Larrabee. All
So, but it looks like the traffic's not looking bad, at least. So
Great.
I think it's going to take us through the city instead of taking 294 bypass. So
We
that's
are
good.
leaving on Memorial Day. I don't know if we mentioned that. It is Monday, May 29th.
Yes. So we'll see how the traffic is. But I know, at least in Milwaukee here, everyone's coming to the lake today. So we'll see if people are doing the same in Chicago and going down there for the beautiful day out. It's the gorgeous weather. We've gotten much colder and worse Memorial Days before.
Yes,
So
definitely. All right. We'll see you in Chicago.
we just crossed into Illinois. I wanted to give the Volkswagen Nav another chance since we've been using a better route planner. I really could plan this all myself, but I really enjoy trying to see what the computers come up with. Look at this crap. Right now it's set to use Electrify America, it wants us to charge on the Rivian Adventure Network, which is not even open to all EVs yet. I have seen there be an issue where, like, if you look up this plug share location, this is what I do want to check it out and just try to plug it in, honestly, on the way. I think that would be fun just to see what it says. But Rivian has not opened that as of today, May 29th, 2023. Rivian has not opened this to the public. I did look at this plug share location just because I wanted to see. Okay, it's open now. We can go check it out. But there have been a couple Ford vehicles and non-Rivian vehicles who are navigating to this charger. So it just shows how fragmented this stupid network is now. I don't know why Rivian is not opening this to everybody, considering it's the same plug. It's the same plug. Like, I get Tesla, they need to do the adapters, all that. It's the same freaking plug, and they don't open it to everybody, which is like, I get it. They're super expensive vehicles. They want to have like a competitive advantage, but they have said they're going to open it. I think, at least from what I've heard, they're going to open it eventually. So why not just do it right away? It doesn't make sense. So it's just funny because the car is wanting to do that, and I think, did I reset it to not use Electrify America, or did I put Electrify America back in there? Yeah, I even have it selecting Electrify America in Canada still, and it still has picked 0 between now and our destination. So it's just so bad. And this is, again, if I haven't said already, 2021 Volkswagen ID.4 First Edition with the newest 3.1 software that is the newest available as of today in the US. So it's just horrible. This is why, like, people are so frustrated with the charging again. It's like not a matter of like whether we can charge or not. It's a matter of like understanding, you know, it's just so frustrating. It's like a matter of like if you're not EV competent like me, or this is like your first EV and you haven't done all this research and it's like your first road trip, this is not going to help you. This is going to strand you, because this Rivian Adventure Network, there is an Electrify America that is coming soon, literally right there. So in the future, it's going to be like, oh, well, yeah, it'll probably route to Electrify America. But we're running into the same issue where we're going to have to stop in Chicago because there are no chargers between Chicago and Portage, Michigan along our routes. No fast chargers on Electrify America, I should say. So around Kalamazoo is where we'll actually end up stopping. This is where that Adventure Network is, and Electrify America is going there, and then there's going to be one in Indiana as well, which is going to be great, because if you remember from our Detroit road trip, we had, that was a tough stretch in the winter. We had to charge to 100 and hope for the best when we got over there. We barely made it. Like by 5, I think we arrived like 5 or 10% or something when we charged to 100 in Chicago.
I think it was 5 to 10 miles.
Yeah, we got pretty low. Mm-hmm. So it was that was a long stretch for the winter. In the summer, I'm less worried about it, but I don't think we're going to be able to make it from Milwaukee all the way to the other side of Michigan on one charge still. We're averaging 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour right now. 51 miles gone already. We're down to 78%.
We are in eco mode.
We are in eco mode as well. It's 82 degrees out according to the car, which honestly I kind of believe. It is pretty toasty out. But what we're going to do, we're going to switch back to our good old Better Route Planner here. I'm going to put our destination back in. Let's see what it's telling us now, because I just wanted to see what the Volkswagen nav was doing, and it's obviously not doing anything useful. So I just want to see, but I think I'm probably going to see about doing my own route. Yeah, it's still interesting. It's not having us go the 3-minute shorter route over the Ambassador Bridge. I'm not sure what that is about, because it's the same. It's actually less charging, less miles. I don't understand why it's routing us by default up through Sarnia, I believe it's pronounced. I really have no idea. I don't know if it's because it's anticipating the border crossing. It doesn't tell us, because I know the Ambassador Bridge is, I think, the busiest U.S. Canadian border crossing. So I don't know if it's just anticipating that, but it's not telling me why it's calculating that. So honestly, I think it would be, I'm debating whether we want to, if we cross the Ambassador Bridge, we can stop at some of the newest 350 chargers. So I'm wondering if we should just do that for the experience. We've never crossed the border before. Maybe we should go over the Ambassador Bridge, or we can go up this way, but I don't know.
We'll see where the day takes us.
We'll see how we're feeling then. Yeah. But as of right now, I'm going to do the Ambassador Bridge one because it shows that it's shorter. The crossings are probably all going to be crazy today, given it's Memorial Day, but I honestly have no idea. We've never been to Canada before. We will see. So right now, it wants us to stop. Okay, now it's going back to Larrabee Street. There's a 13 minutes faster, different charger. What? I just routed you. What are you doing? Oh, here, best option, Logan Square. Okay, let's go to Logan Square then. That's fine. Now it thinks all of the stops are the same. I don't understand this thing. All right, whatever. So now we're gonna go to Logan Square in Chicago at a Bank of America lot. I think those stations usually work. I think this Larrabee Street, the Electrify America chargers have just been crap for a while, honestly, if I remember correctly, but we will see you there. All right, welcome to Target in Chicago, Illinois. We're here on Larrabee Street. We got these really old EA stations, pretty packed station. We'll just give you a brief little look around here. So these are all 150s. We got a BMW i4, I believe. We got a Hyundai Ioniq, and then we have a Kona EV blocking 2 charging stalls. He's blocked right in the middle. There's one station that's actually working over there, and he could definitely not be blocking that one, but he's being a bad EV driver. And you could barely fit in here. He's definitely over the line, like just kind of annoying. So kind of a bummer, but we're gonna come back over here where we parked correctly, and then we're gonna go ahead and get the car plugged in. We arrived with 60% state of charge. We were gonna stop in Logan Square, but then a Better Route Planner said that this would be better for us. I think our efficiency has been higher than what a Better Route Planner has been predicting, because it thought we were gonna get to Logan Square, which is north of here, like coming from the direction we came, with like 55%. We end up getting all the way here with 60. So we got some bird poop in the charging port here. The right handle is apparently unavailable according to the station. So we'll go ahead and plug this in here. See how bad this station is. These are old stations, so we will have to see. But yeah, kind of interesting. It is, I don't know if they recently painted these. It doesn't look like it's been recent, but you don't see very many of these spots in the Midwest, at least, with these up to, 150 kilowatts. So we'll see if the tap to pay works. Wow, that's the first time in a while it's actually worked, so maybe that's a good sign for once. Authorized. Now we'll see what we're gonna get. We're at a high state of charge, so I'm not expecting peak speeds, but we need to get up to about 90% to make the long trip from Chicago all the way to Portage, Michigan. Yeah, who manufactures these? Is this ABB, I think? ABB units? Oh, BTC, these are the BTC ones, that's right. BTC does good with chargers. All right, 60%. Current charging speed, 42, 50. Look at that. We're getting good speeds at least. This is, 65 at 60%. It's a relatively warm battery. It might be too warm, honestly. 62. I'll take it at this state of charge. I think that's okay. So we're gonna walk the dogs a bit. We just need to get up to like 90%. More than acceptable. If we came here lower, I wonder if it would have hit the peak, but I think all of these are only 150s, so wouldn't expect crazy high charging speeds out of them. But cool, so we'll sit here, we'll see how long it takes for us to get to about 90%. We'll actually take a look real quick here at a Better Route Planner. Let's just make sure. Actually wants us only to go to 85. I think we can get to Portage with 85%. So that's good. So we'll kind of, let it sit there and we'll go. And I have the OBD data. That's why it's showing what we're charging at, which is awesome. So we'll take the dogs out and then we'll, let's see, how long does a Better Route Planner think it's going to take? That seems optimistic, 13 minutes. It's going to take longer than that. We'll see how long it actually takes. A Better Route Planner is not always 100% accurate with these. So we'll see in a few. All right, so if you take a look at our Better Route Planner app here, you can see planned charging has been completed. We're at 86% now. It took 22 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and stop charging here, and then we're gonna be on our way to Portage, Michigan. So I don't know why, maybe it was slightly derated in terms of the charging speeds and everything, but yeah, I don't know why a Better Route Planner thought it would only take 13 minutes to charge up. We'll see, but it's not too bad. It's enough to get us to our next stop. So we will be on our way. We pumped up, 22 minutes, 20 kilowatt hours, so not horrible. Would have cost $9.60. Just a quick 25% top up to get us to our next spot. So we'll see you in Portage, Michigan. All right, so welcome back in the car, actually. So we just left the Target here in Chicago. Just wanted to show you a little bit of stats. It's interesting. They think, I don't know why a Better Route Planner thinks we're at 94% because we're at 86. So that is weird. It'll probably update and we'll go from there. It was being a little finicky. It's just super weird when you leave a charger. It just seems to get confused. And I listened to it, what it said, planned charging sessions complete. So I don't know if I need to restart the trip again or what, but kind of strange behavior. that does there. So we're on our way back. So we're at 86% state of charge with a guesstimated 229 miles on the guessometer, which is pretty good. We're averaging 3.2 miles per kilowatt hour. We were averaging about 3 to 3.1 up until we hit some traffic, and that helped our efficiency a bit since we're going at slower speeds. But yeah, so this is going to be, there's traffic congestion. All right. We'll shut her up for now. But yeah, so we're going to get back on the highway here. We're going to arrive in Portage at like 3:52. So this is like our, I think this is one of the longest stretches on the trip again. This Chicago to Portage is, there's a pretty big gap of EA chargers, so we can't do as much charger hopping as we'd like to do normally, which is why we had to kind of charge back up again. It still helped that we charged to 100% from Milwaukee because we didn't have to stay here as long. So that worked out. But yeah, we'll see you in Portage. Welcome to Portage, Michigan. Just pulled up, 13% stated charge. We'd made a couple of stops along the way. We stopped at what was the first stop we made? We stopped in Michigan City, Indiana. We checked out an Electrify America that is currently under construction. That would have been great because we could have made it all the way from Milwaukee to there versus plugging in at 60% in Chicago. So that would be probably better use of our time. So that'll be nice. We stopped at the Rivian Adventure Network. We tried to plug in there just to see if it would let us. We knew it wouldn't, but we thought, hey, we'll test it out, just make sure. And then we also stopped at the Electrify America, and that was in Benton Harbor. Then we also, Benton Harbor, Michigan. The GoPro decided to shut off there. So we stopped at the Electrify America that is currently not under construction in Benton Harbor, but coming soon. We went and checked that out. No sign of construction there. There are already Tesla superchargers. Both those locations already had Tesla superchargers in the lot. So Electrify America is probably trying to compete with them and just show that they're also around to probably, I don't know if they're trying to persuade Tesla owners to switch to CCS or what, but now we have this announcement that Ford is going to be selling adapters. They have a partnership with Tesla so that Ford vehicles can charge on the supercharger network. So it's just going to create competition, I think. I think people are going to charge wherever it's more convenient and cheaper, really. So especially with that news coming. So now we're at Electrify America in Portage. We are at the 350 kilowatt charger because this car I have seen get up to 185 kilowatts at lower states of charge. So we're going to plug in and kind of see what happens. Caitlin, come on with me, and then we will make sure the puppies got their climate control on while we jump and plug in. This is a model of a bad EV owner. Completely empty station. I know it was empty before we got here. And this might be plugged into the only Chatamo charger. So why, I really don't know. But is this gonna reach? This should reach. I guess we'll find out. These stations are a little awkward. Is this a 350 here or is this a 150? This is a 150. It's not gonna reach. Should have backed in. Alright, I'm gonna move the car. These darn stations are just, usually when I pull into a spot I can reach, there's no way I can get enough space here. So we're gonna move the car around. Let's get some B-roll in there. Alrighty, so let's get it. Good old cap open. Now we don't have to use the cracked cable too, so that's kind of a win-win. I did not notice this one has a crack. Looks like it still should work, but I'd rather use the one that doesn't have damage. So, go ahead. Oh, these handles are hot. The sun, jeez. Oh, hear the puppy shake. Alright, super dim screen. Gonna go ahead and see if our tap works. Look at that, 2 for 2 on this road trip. You know what I think the actual problem was? Is I had the Electrify Canada app installed on my phone. I've since uninstalled it just to test my theory. But I had the Electrify Canada app, and every time I tap, it asks me, choose your tap to pay, Electrify America, Electrify Canada, I'd pick America, and then it never worked. So I uninstalled the Electrify Canada app, and now it's working. So it's amazing how same company, electrify whatever the hell, and we still can't do it. So whatever. So welcome me. It is so sunny. Yeah, they need sunshades for these. This is brutal. All right, starting 35, 36, 38. We're ramping up. We're at 50. This thing is, I think this thing's rate limited. 52 kilowatts. Garbage. Garbage. There's no way. All right, so I guess we're moving again. Great. Maybe we'll see if this one will reach if I pull up a little bit, this 150. I was hoping I could do my 350 experiment. That one has a new cable. This one didn't have a power reduce message or anything, did it? God damn it, Electrify America. Not a good start.
Maybe just go over by the new cable.
Should I try the 350? Let's do the 350.
Why not?
That one has one of the new cables, so I wonder if they've maintained that station. Parked kind of not all the way in so that we can potentially plug into that one if this one also gives us a problem. So this is one of the new Electrify America cables, or I don't even know if it's a whole new cable or if it's just the cover. This one looks like it's kind of old, but it's got the gray cap on it, which I guess means good. I don't know. Is this broken? This thing's not going in. What the heck? Maybe it's user error. Let's see. That's weird. Feels like I'm forcing something. This latch is like kind of going, but it's not.
Maybe try the other one. I don't trust it.
I swear to God, this is not.
This was one of our favorite stops last time.
No, it wasn't. We stopped here in the middle of the night and it was stupid. What makes you think it was our favorite spot?
It worked, didn't it?
I don't remember. Maybe.
Oh, you're just trying the other handle.
Yeah. Yep, that one plugs fine. So I don't know what's wrong with this. I didn't see anything wrong. I guess I'll have to take both cables out at the end and just compare.
There's been vandalism to some of these pins before that we've seen reported.
You know what? This latch might be, I don't know. It's just weird because it seems to be, maybe it's this button. It's definitely the latch because it was like kind of going down here and latching and then not going into the car. So new cable cover is still not working. EA, come on. So we're gonna tap in charge here. We're gonna pray we get our, high charging. Otherwise we're just gonna go to the 150, just call it. But hope we can get the better. Okay, this is an interesting stop. There's quite a bit going on. Last time we stopped here was the middle of the night, if you guys remember. There's a Sam's Club here. We got, I think there's like a Chinese or some type of Asian food over there. Got a Texas Roadhouse right behind this charger here.
This is a Signet.
Yeah. Well, already higher than the other one, so that's a good sign. 80, 82, 85, 88. Okay, there we go. So see, that other charger's nerfed. I'm telling you. So, well, yeah, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170. There we go. There we go. So, charger number 4 here in Portage, Michigan, Electrify America. That thing is reduced. We've got like, I think that 30%, 33% or so, less than. It's like, yeah, it's like 30% of it's advertised. This is a 350, we're getting 170 on here, we're getting 52 on there. So tell me it's the car, thanks. But we're gonna charge up here. This should be a pretty quick charging session. I think we need to make it up to like 61%. And then we're gonna go try the new station where they're all 350s in Ypsilanti. We did this one last time with the brand new units. These are kind of older. This is just a weird setup for a station. It's weird that you can't, they set these so weirdly, so you can't plug into either one of them from each side. It's like my car, I have to back it in, and then it's like, even if you back it all the way, it might be, I don't know. This is a weird setup. I do not like the angle parking situation for these. This makes it awkward, I think. But yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna walk the dogs a little bit, most likely, and then we're gonna grab some food if we're hungry. I guess we'll see here, but we'll see after we charge. We're already up to 17%, still holding steady, 173 kilowatts. Love to see it. Love to see it. 3.1 software enables that faster speed. So this is on a 2021 first edition. So we'll talk to you in a few. All right, so apparently 4 minutes into the charge, it is pretty toasty out here. I'm not gonna lie, 4 minutes into the charge, it stopped. I'm gonna overlay it here, but we got a weird error message saying the charging socket on the car is not working. So I don't know what's going on with that, but it's not really, doesn't seem like a good sign. So hopefully we didn't just like fry our charging port with this. I don't know, we went up from 13 to 27% in 4 minutes, which is impressive, but what on earth, man? That is just weird. It said the charging cable was too hot, and then the charging socket wasn't working. It's hot out here. It's like probably in the 80s. I need to look up what the exact temperature is, but we're like the charging cable's in the shade, sort of. Well, actually, maybe it's not here. It's like kind of just on the cusp of the shade and not the shade. But let's just see if we're able to pull this up again here. I just want to see if we can get this activated. So we're gonna finish. This station just like crap out on us? I really don't know. It's not even responding. I wonder if the station, like the car made a beep and I heard a click in the back, like it was releasing the cable. I don't know, man. I hope this socket is like, so we had a red light still after I replugged it. So let's unplug again. Okay, so now we got the plug-in first on the car. So let's go ahead, let us replug this. What if the cable cooling's not working properly on this or something? Okay, so we get the connecting to vehicle. So hopefully the car's charging socket is not completely zonked, because this would not be good if this were to not work. I wonder if this cable is actually just too warm. This is why we need shade, man. We need shade. So we're gonna document this for the Twitter. I was just about to write a positive experience getting this, you know, besides that one station not working right over there. And now we're getting the reconnecting to vehicle. I wonder if this cable just like crapped out or if it's my charging socket. Dude, we're like halfway to Canada, man. Can we just like get this working? This is not going to be good if we cannot get charged here. We don't have enough juice. Charging, so we got a weird error. So after charging start error, charging cannot be initiated. Well, that's not good at all. Let's get a picture of that. Sheesh. Caitlin went in to use the restroom, so I'm solo right now. I'm glad I stuck with the car because this is not good at all. So let's try. Jeez, these are all gonna be hot though because they're like in the bearing sun. So this 150 here has got this other new gray cable. These cables are hot. Dude, I don't understand. I don't understand how they get away with this. Like, where's the engine? Like, if this is not even the hottest day of the summer, I mean, what is the temperature right now? Let's look. It is, phone says 86. It is pretty toasty, but if you can't charge an 86 degree heat, man, like, I don't understand. I'm kind of shocked. So let's try this gray cable again, because this one's not as hot. This gray cable's just not gonna latch. So, I don't know. Is this a Signet charger? Because I know we have the Signet surge issues. Maybe there's something else wrong with these. But yeah, these are the Signet. But that Signet surge should only really matter for the 800 volts cars. All right, so let's try charging on this 150 next to us. We just need to not be stuck here. That'd be great. So let's grab this 150. Hopefully this cable reaches. Barely, it looks like it will. See if I can finagle this one-handed. All right, Let's head back over to the station. I heard a ding on the inside again. I wonder if it's telling me the charging port is too warm. See, this station's just super sun damaged. You see a spot right here. Okay, so it at least connected this time to the car. Well, we can barely see the screen here. This one's also in the sun, and the car is still in the sun over there. This is not ideal, man. You should not have to try 3 different stations to get a charge that works. I don't get it. I just don't get it. All right, so we're potentially starting again here. Jesus. All right, we heard the click, so at least my charging port is working because it was saying it was not functioning. So what are we getting here? Wow, you can't even see. All right, I guess I'm going to look in the app and in the car what we're actually getting in terms of charging. This is kind of crazy. So let's see what's going on in here. All right, 28%. All right, so I'm getting a please have an inspection service performed because I hit over 30,000 miles on the car. So we're getting 86 kilowatts. And we're at 28%. That was kind of scary. I'm glad it's charging again. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, but this is not good. So, hey, welcome back. We switched. You just hit the door. What?
It's fine.
So we just switched stations because after 4 minutes, my car gave me a Christmas tree and said charging socket not working properly, charging cable too hot. Something crazy like that. And it is hot out here. It's 86 according to my phone. But I'll show you the picture here. You can have your reaction. All you did was go in and use the restroom. So that's a good message to get, right?
You had that problem?
I've never seen that before. No, this is different. This is not electrical system failure. This is charging socket is not working. Yeah. So not ideal. And then I couldn't restart it on that charger, so I had to switch it to this one. So I think the cable on that, I think that station's not working. That's what I'm thinking because.
Well, it's obviously working.
Well, it was working
Just
for
not
4 minutes,
well.
but then the one cable won't even latch. 4 minutes in, it said, like the car, I didn't get all the messages the car said, but it said charging socket not working. And then it said something like 3 different messages came up. It said charging socket not working. And then charging cable is too hot. Please unplug. And then like when those messages came up, you heard a bunch of clicks in the back, like it was releasing the cable.
So what, now you plugged into the 150?
Now I plugged into the 150. We're getting 85 kilowatts, which it is what it is.
Compared to what it just was.
But yeah, it is hot out here. It's much hotter. Like when we were in Indiana,
like in the sun.
These are baking in the sun. Like you have direct sunlight on all of these. Like what are you gonna do? I mean, you need to put up a shade. Like that screen is so sun damaged. It's absolutely insane. There's like a huge spot on it. You can't even see your charging speed on the screen. So, and that was not like that the last time we were here, even though we were at night, but it wasn't just, it's not just the sun's on it and it's too dim. It's like it's actually damaged. But how was your bathroom experience? Where'd you go? Sam's Club?
Sam's Club. Yeah, it was good.
Cool.
She asked if I was a member. I said no, I'm charging. She's like, oh, it's just past the cafe.
There you go. So they know. They know people run into the restroom here. Cool. I think, well, we're going to see what we're going to want to do here. We're going to sit here till, I think like 61% is what we have to charge at. Let's check out our, I've got to check Android Auto, or my Android phone actually. So we had, oops, wrong one. All right, so we arrived here. What does it want us to go to? It still wants us to go to 91. Okay, why? No, that doesn't make sense. Why would we go to 91 when we're going to arrive to the next one with 33? I don't know how I feel about that. Because we're not charging the fastest we could charge here. Because this 85 is still... I've seen the car do faster at this state of charge. I've seen the car do, like, hold that 120 up until this range. So what I'm thinking we do is ignore Better Route Planner. Just get to the next spot with the minimum we can get to Roundtree Place. which is that's the Ypsilanti Electrify America. Oh yeah, so here's the charging session of what we had 4 minutes in, or 6 minutes. Oh no, that was including the grace period of me documenting what was going on. So 4 minutes of actual charging. We got 174 max charging speed out of it. And then, yeah, it just crapped out. So that was interesting. We pumped 12 kilowatt hours. We went from 13 to 27% in 4 minutes, though, which is impressive for this car. So maybe that was just too much for it. I don't know. It's hot, but it is. Let's see what is the temperature of the car battery now. I don't think it's the battery that was the problem, but I do wonder whether, yeah, the battery's at like a toasty 110 degrees right now. So it is a hot battery. So it's definitely trying to cool it off. It's probably why it's charging slower, is because it's throttling. So like, see, dynamic limit, nope, not even though, because this station's definitely reduced because we have a current of 228 amps and the car's asking for 315. So still not great. I think the 350 kilowatt chargers are 350, or I don't think they're 500 amp. I'd have to look at the specs on that one again, but I don't think regardless, the charger's not giving the car what it wants. The car wants higher. Whether that's a 3.1 software or otherwise, I don't know. But just an interesting experience here. So far, so good on this charger, but kind of sit here, plan our route, and get back to you. Welcome back. We are in Ypsilanti. I was corrected by my cousin that it's not Ypsilanti, it's Ypsilanti, or something like that. I don't know. We are at the brand new Electrify America. I believe these are Signet. Don't quote me on that. We'll get out and look. But I just wanted to give you, we forgot to record, or I didn't record before we left. And we left the Electrify America in Portage with 67% state of charge. We arrived here with 15% after going about 107 miles. It guesstimated, it was pretty spot on, like plus or minus 7 miles or so in terms of range. We averaged 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour since our last charge, 3.1 since we started the trip. So we're still pretty consistent there, right about at the EPA range. And again, like I said, we traveled 107 miles in between. If you want to take a look here, you can kind of see what the stats looked like. 67% is what we left at, with a guesstimate of 147. So it looks pretty good in comparison to here. So we're going to plug in here. I set it to charge to 100. This is our last stop before getting to Canada. I think it only Better Route Planner suggested only charging to 71%. But I think we're going to let it go a little bit because I think we're going to walk the dogs. We're going to grab some food from one of these strip mall places here, probably is our last piece of American food for the next week. So the next 5 days at least. So yeah, we'll get plugged in. Come on out with us, and hopefully these new stations are still working like they did before. Last time we were here, it was cold, right? Yeah, it was cold. So we didn't get to see what the full power of these new stations could be providing the 3.1 software. We did have the 3.1 software the last time, but like I said, it was cold. So we're at 15%, so you'd think we'd be getting like at least close to peak charging. So let's take a look. These are the Signet. So these probably would have the Signet Surge if the new ones are having that issue as well. Max 500 amps, so that's sweet. The car will hopefully get what it is recommending. I can't imagine that these new stations will be reduced, but at the same time, you kind of never know. All right, tap to pay is not wanting to cooperate today. I do really like these new stations. They just look nice, like a lot more premium than the janky old ones, in my opinion. But all right, charger number 2. Just swipe in the app, swipe to start. Let's make sure we get a decent session out of this one. I remember this is the one that we had trouble connecting once or twice on our way in. So we did stop at this one on our way out of Detroit in January as well, I believe. So we were at this one twice. And I believe this one worked once and then didn't work, or didn't work once and then worked the next time. I don't even know. So I'm sure it's fine. It was also cold, so there's a lot of other factors. But this is the balance charger too. So with the balance chargers, I think I discussed this last time, but they would share power probably with one of these. So, which is honestly not the worst thing. If like one cabinet appears to be down or something, you can share better power. 55, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 125, 130, 37, 40, 50, 60. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go. First time plug it in. Now we just have to pray it doesn't crap out after 4 minutes like Portage, but those were older units. So, and these, it's a little bit cooler now. The sun is setting. So you'd think that these would, behave better. but that's looking pretty good. We'll ride the wave, do our stuff, and see where we're at. But this is our last charge in America before we head over to, well, in the United States of America, until we head to the other North American country, Canada. Just wanted to document real quick just how fast this 3.1 software gets us to 50%. 11 minutes, we're still sustaining 106 kilowatts, 11 minutes, and we're already just about at 50%. So we literally are just walking the dogs. Caitlin's over here. We got a little water bowl for him here. This station, it's at an abandoned Walmart. It's not the greatest stop. I would not recommend it necessarily, but the new stations are nice. So we're just gonna walk over to Caitlin here and pick up Teddy's poop. I think he just went to the bathroom. So yeah, overall, I mean, these chargers working good. They're, again, pretty fresh, new in the ground. I did notice one of these chargers, somebody either vandalized it or broke it completely. We had this cable where it's supposed to be latched up here, completely broken. But no, we got a nice aesthetic here with the sun. It's good. As long as we're getting good charging sessions, that's what's important. So yeah, 50% already. We're still sustaining 103, 12 minutes from 15 to 50, which is pretty good. So we're just gonna kind of let it go a little bit more as we get some food, and then we'll document crossing into Canada, which should hopefully not be a problem. All right, just wrapped up, or pretty much wrapping up the charging session. We're at 97%. Took us 50 minutes from 15 to 97, which I think is not, horrible. So we're just gonna stop because we really only need to charge to 71. We'll see how far that takes us in Canada at least. I'm not gonna wait the extra 3%. This is actually perfect time. We just finished up our food we got from Chicken Shack over here, that was great chicken. If you're at this stop, you can, give that a shot. We have this fancy, I'm gonna not look over there, but we have this fancy Hummer that's all matted out with the roof, he has the cargo area and stuff, which is kind of neat. And looks like the guy might have like a laptop or something with some testing data. So yeah, this charging session would have cost $34, but it cost us $0. So we will get on our way here. We're gonna cross the border into Canada. We'll have some probably B-roll of us getting into Canada, and then hopefully our first charging session in Canada, which we have to make one before we stop at Niagara, ends up being a good one. So 97%, let's get back in the car. Let's see what the range looks like, and then so the car is guesstimating 213 miles of range at 97% here. It's yelling me to add washer fluid. I'll worry about that once we get going and stuff, since I already unplugged. So we'll probably do that the next stop because we still have some. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get on our way here. We're gonna back up, and then we should be good to go. Welcome to somewhere in Ontario, Canada. We did end up crossing the border okay. We are just coming up on our first charging stop. It was about, oh my gosh, we went about 150 kilometers, I think. I don't know. I know miles, but everything is weird here.
Take exit 199 for County Road 32.
In 800 meters,
Dorchester.
not 400 feet or whatever. We have to take this exit. I think this is a Petro-Canada stop in Dorchester, which I believe charges 50 cents a minute, which I believe that's Canadian dollars. I forgot exactly what that translates to. But we're gonna get off here, and it's at this Petro, wow. There's like nothing around here except for this, it looks like. Oh, they have an A&W and some American stuff.
Turn right onto Dorchester Road.
In 400 meters. This is so funny. It's just different. I've never driven in another country before, so it's very fun, but boy, is it dark.
Turn right onto Dorchester Road, then your destination will be on the right.
We did pass at least 2 other DC fast chargers on the Ivy charging network on the way, that were at some of the service plazas, service stations, something they called, on the, I think it's En Route or Ontario Route or something like that. So Okay, so I guess we enter all the way over here.
Your destination is on the right.
Okay, so now we just need to find the station. Oh, they even have a sign that says EV Fast Charge. That's cool. So it's not like they just put it here without thought. All right, EV Fast Charge. So Petro Canada. It says cars turn to the right, but you can see the EV Fast Charge A&W drive-through. I don't think much is open. It's just like just about midnight here. Let's see if we can find. Wow, what a robust drive-in. You can't just pull into like a. I wonder if they're all planned out like this. This is interesting. Do they have any signs for where the EV chargers are? Oh, they're right here. Look at that. Wow, quite a setup, actually. They look fancy. They got little shades. All right, cool. And they have a level 2, but that looks off. So are these both the same? We share more than a country. We share a way to live. Oh, that is so cute. Oh, they have CHAdeMO and CCS. All right, well, let's pull into this guy because he's closest to the amenities. Oh, they got like a menu, but that's probably for the drive-through. That's not for us. So I guess you can pull. They must be able to do both CCS and CHAdeMO because they have cameras here too. It's very well lit. Oh, that's nice. This is a small spot though. Canada, man. EVs are not this small. Oh, sheesh. These are small spots. All right, we're gonna have to try to go straight in so Caitlin can actually get out of this car. We're gonna see how difficult this is to actually charge here. How are you gonna be able to get out? Do you wanna get out? I don't know how else you're gonna get out. Maybe I'm just being dramatic.
Sorry.
So it says CCS up to 350, so that's good. These look almost identical to the older Electrify America stations. They must be made by the same people. All right. Well, here we go. Welcome to Petro Canada. All right, so I did download the app because I did know this was a big charging network. So let's just follow what the instructions say. We already have a couple little blotches on the screen, typical older EV infrastructure. This has probably been here a while. Touch to begin. This unit charges one vehicle at a time. So they have 2 spots, probably for a CHAdeMO to wait here, but that's kind of a bummer. Both of them have a CHAdeMO. So there is a CHAdeMO and a CCS over there, as well as a level 2. Select CCS button to continue. Make sure vehicle is plugged in, and then we're gonna see what it asks us here. So, oh, come on, dude, I have to pull up more. This is not great. They look fancy, but no, it might plug in. Oh, no, that's gonna put too much stress on the cable. I'm gonna pull up just couldn't tell, these spots are so small. I need to pull up just a little bit more. Us in our big American cars, I guess. I don't know how they expect me to know where the end of the curb is. So let's plug her in, like it says. All right, communicating with vehicle. See what happens. What? All right. Communicating, oh, it's colder here. It was like hot in Michigan. It's like in the 60s here. All right, 50 cents per minute. They do a pre-authorization amount of $50. Please tap your card or phone to the reader. So I do have the Petro Canada app, which I wanted because I like to keep track of my charge sessions. I could just tap a credit card. They do look like they have a reader right there. So it shows in the Petro Canada app. I did already set up an account in advance. Nearest charger, so we got this one. It gives us all our details. CCS, so it says 350. Charge. Charger 1 says CHAdeMO is unavailable, but CCS is, but it's probably unavailable because I have the CCS plugged in. So let's tap charger 1. Okay, I tapped it. What now? Oh, there we go. Okay, Google Pay. So I don't even need to put in my credit card, which is awesome. All I did was make an account, 50 cents a minute. So it's probably going to give me the Google Pay. So I'll put in my credit card that I don't have to pay international transaction fees. And let's just wait. We'll make sure it works. Please unplug the vehicle. Oh, it's probably because it's timed out, but let's see if it authorizing. So in the time I went through the app and did all the steps, it's telling me to unplug. So I'm wondering if this is going to go through or not. Probably not. We are probably going to have to unplug. Okay, so let's unplug because that's what the screen tells us to do. This still says authorizing on my app, so that's sort of confusing. Let's replug. So you really don't need to press that on the screen at all. It says communicate. Okay, connection lost. That's what I got on the app. So not the best. I probably just need to be a little faster about this. But this is the problem. Like, if you have somebody who's not as technology inept, it says authorizing again. Because I hit try again. This is worse than Electrify America right now. This is not payment declined. Okay, try again. Authorizing. This is not like my American credit. Payment declined. Did I get a notification? So I got a notification from my credit card saying an international transaction was made because they're putting the hold on my card for $36.79, which is, I guess, the equivalent in $50 Canadian for the hold on the card. But the app is not working.
What if you tapped it?
Okay, let's go back. I'm gonna just go in here. I'm gonna try this one more time. Otherwise, I'm just gonna pay because the app doesn't work. That's so stupid. So I tap charger 1. It takes a second. Google Pay, confirm and pay. Let's try that one more time. I'll choose my credit card, continue. Could be Google Pay. It could be like Google Pay doesn't work right in Canada. I don't know.
It says GPay on the screen.
It says Google Pay. Okay, unplug the. I guess we're gonna have to. Maybe I wonder if I have to add a payment method. I really want this logged. That's why I want to pre-authorize. Let me add a payment method. Maybe if I put the actual. It's funny because it shows. Look at that, Google Pay right there. It shows Canadian $50 at Petro-Canada. So, what the heck? It's so weird. I wonder if you can do something like Electrify America style, like activate it first and then plug it in. Not great. All right. So let's follow the app instructions first. Let's ignore this instead of plugging in first because that seems to cause more problems than Electrify America. So we hit charger 1. All right, confirm and pay. Pick my credit card again. I could try my Costco credit card because that one also has no international in case it is something with my Chase. So it says authorizing connection lost. Okay. So that's one more time. Try again. Try again. I have data. Everything else is working. I've been able to pull this up. So let's try. Jeez. It probably would have been just easier if I tapped my card, but let's just try my Costco credit card because I think I actually have 4% back on EV charging with that, and it's no transaction fee. No, it's not working. So let's just screw it. Their app doesn't work, but at least not on this one. It could. Okay, so CCS. Make sure vehicle's plugged in. We'll plug her in again, then we'll just tap because the Petro-Canada app does not seem to work very well. So, if this doesn't work, we can try the other station, but we'll see. Hopefully we don't not have to call this 800 number, which we could go up to another charger if this still doesn't work, but let's try tapping. Enter phone number. Oh, so I can receive session details. We'll block this out. Submit. Authorizing. Got a check mark. So that's something. The similar, what is this, ABB? What unit is this? Or is this BTC? Oh, it's a BTC. We got, shows right there, BTC. All right, so what do we got? 17 kilowatts, 27, 32, 39, 42. Wow. What does this number say here? 350 kilowatts. We're getting 42 at 24%. This is what PlugShare did say. So, bad cable? I don't know, but PlugShare did state that, let's pull up this location on PlugShare. There were a couple other people that said they were only getting, so it has a 6.9 nice rating on PlugShare. They did post a notice today, I did notice, our chargers are working intermittently. We are aware of an issue at this location and our team is investigating. It's possible you may be unable to charge or may experience lower charging speeds. We'd like to thank you for your patience and apologize for any inconvenience. Well, how about you just make the chargers work, man? So the most recent person to charge was B with a Volvo XC40. They only got 48 kilowatts. A lot of these other ones were getting 40. A Rivian charged here May 20th, and he should be delivering nearly 300 kilowatts, but he's charger capped well below. He was maxing out at 94, but he's also an 800 volt system. What do you think? Should we stick here at 42? That's pretty slow. We can make it to the next one. Let's see, what's the next one on the way? This is just the one a better route planner thought would be most logical. Yeah, even on PlugShare, they've got the little gear. I did check in advance, but I just wanted to check it out. So I kind of knew this was gonna happen, but you know, we still had like 24% when we came, so we can go up the road a little bit to, there's another on route. This one is 150 kilowatts. This one's also only getting 40. Started at 82 here. So this one says, this is a Hyundai Ioniq, says indicates 100, but getting only 40. Started at 82, 98. That's better. 100 kilowatt charger according to the Ivy app, so that's a different one.
What does that one cost?
Yeah, what does this one cost? Like this one's 50 cents a minute. Payment may be required. It doesn't show in PlugShare. That's Canadian dollars, yes. It says for the most accurate pricing, check the Ivy charging network app. So while we're standing here, let's open the Ivy app. I think I set up an account on there too, because I think Flow, Petro-Canada, Ivy, and Electrify Canada are the 4 biggest networks from what I've seen. I'm not 100% sure if that's right or not. Okay, so maybe I didn't sign up for Ivy. Let's put in my email. Oh, maybe? All right, so I gotta enter in a code. Oh, well, we'll set up the Ivy app and then we'll see how much it charges. So it's 50 cents a minute. That's kind of pricey considering how slow we're going. So I don't think that's worth it. Paid $1.50 for 2.3 kilowatt hours. That's horrible. Okay, we're stopping this. This is a ripoff, actually. I don't want to continue to pay for that. $1.50 was worth trying it, but that's horrible. $1.83. Oh my God. So we just paid almost $1 a kilowatt hour. That is insane. Okay, like that's in some regions of the country. Well, that's also Canadian dollars. Okay, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe I'm being a little dramatic, but still, it's not ideal when this thing charges by the minute, 50 Canadian cents a minute. Is it a cent in Canada? Right? It's got to be. I think that's a genuine question. Okay, you don't know.
Euros.
Yeah, I don't know, but this is trash. So we could try the other station, but it seems like both of these are limited. So I think it might be a waste of time. I don't want to pay again. So let's keep moving. I think that's a better move. The dogs are staring at me. I see in the car. They were like, "Let us out! Let us out!" That wasn't a sweatshirt. It's kind of cold out here. After it was 90 earlier in Michigan. So cool. Well, let's keep moving. We'll probably go to this Ivy charger, check this one out, and then we don't have that much longer to go on our trip. So we just need to get an adequate charge to get there, and then we'll be good. So let's keep moving. See what better charger we can find. But initial impressions, Petro-Canada, you get a 3 out of 10. Insanely, like 350 kilowatts, and we're getting 40. That's like 12% of what is recommended, or what you're advertising. I don't know. We'll see you at the next one. All right, so we are just about to pull off here. Over to this service center, they call them. So it's this en route, which I believe, I would imagine stands for Ontario. So Woodstock we're at now. So we've gone down to 18% state charge. So we dropped like 7% or so since we plugged in at that other one. But they've got the Ivy charging network here. So we're gonna give this one a shot and see kind of how this goes. So we're gonna get over here. So these are super nice. It's kind of like Indiana and Ohio in our previous videos where they've got these in the service plazas, which is just super convenient. Oh, it's right here. Sweet. Ivy. Oh, did I go 1, 2? No, I think I can turn this way. Yeah. So they got a little sign for it and everything. Not as big as the gas station sign or the petrol. No, I think they call it gas here too. I don't know. Cool. So let's see. There's should be, I think, let's see, how many kilowatts do they have these marked clearly? This one's completely dead. Man, infrastructure sucks everywhere. They got a whole sign, charge and go. So, do they not tell you what each of them are at? Like, you can't tell what kilowatt. I know there's different kilowatt. What is this one? Does it say? Does it really not say what the charging speeds are? I know these are different. Okay, so it says on these, this charger is Tesla and CCS compatible. I'd imagine these are the higher power ones, if it does the Teslas too, but I don't know. Yeah, they have these janky Chatamo adapters on them too. I don't know. Let's park and find out. That's red flag number 1. They don't show the charging power. Like, at least Electrify America's got stickers on them. I don't even see that on here. Like, we can call Electrify America as bad as it is, but until I see a better alternative besides Tesla, a lot of these charging companies seem to need to learn some stuff from Tesla. But let's check this out. All right, let's check out our Ivy charging app. Caitlin set up my account while I was driving here because we had to put in a credit card. Dang, it got chilly here. Whew. Feels nice though. So it doesn't even say on the screen what, and not down here, nothing. So what, you would just kind of have to look at the app. It doesn't show what the max charging speed is. All right, so this is charger IV0246. This one's 100 kilowatts, so I guessed right. So if you look at the app, there's an out of order one that's unavailable, which is the one that's completely dead. So at least the app is accurate. That's important, to have an app that's accurate. This one says it's $6.78 an hour for a 100 kilowatt charger. So that's a bargain, actually. And then somehow this identical 100 kilowatt charger over here is $23.73 an hour. And again, Canadian dollars, I would assume. Why they're different if they're both 100 kilowatts, I don't know. Maybe this one's derated. The adventure continues. So please unplug. I didn't plug in the vehicle. All right, continue. Let's see, what does it tell me to do? Plug in first. Okay, let me just I'm gonna hit start in the app because it shows that one's unavailable. So they've got these janky Tesla adapters. This is like early days. So they got the Tesla adapter on this guy. It's like bolted in. So can you not even take this off to plug in a Chatamo? It must not be able to. They literally are just only using, and we got a Polestar buddy this late plugging in by us too. So that's fun. So let's just start it up. CCS, start. Please plug in vehicle. All right, we'll see how this goes. I hope this one is the correct one to pick. Yeah, it's nice we have a little friend plugging in with these plugins, the other 150. All right, plug in. Let's see how this one goes. Loud. It's thinking about it. Please work. That'd be nice. Okay. 18%. Already better than the other one. 60, 67, 74, 81. Hey, I'll take it. That's reasonable. Considering it's a 100 kilowatt max, that's not too bad. I'd be curious to see what the Polestar over here is getting in comparison, but I'll take this all day. Considering how cheap this one was too. What kind of unit is this? This must be also a BTC. It looks identical. Does it show? They hide the manufacturer of these? Oh man. Litter everywhere. Even in Canada, they don't put trash cans by the EV chargers. Litter everywhere. I'm glad to see a Polestar here. That's fun. 83 kilowatts, I think that's reasonable. Considering how cheap the station is too, $6 practically an hour, it's probably even cheaper in American dollars. I'll take it all day. It's the fastest one here. They don't seem to have a lot of 350 kilowatt chargers in Canada. So yeah, let's sit in the car for a second. We might need a sweatshirt, what do you think? Yeah, it's kind of chilly, we're gonna walk the dogs. But yeah, we'll do that and kind of come up with the overall charging session, give a review at the end. Hopefully everything goes through and doesn't stop on us without a hitch. So. Okay, so this has certainly delayed us a bit because basically, long story short, that Polestar that was over here plugged in and it cut our active power in half. So we went from 83 to like 43, 45 kilowatts. The Polestar left and we went up a tiny bit up to 47. But really, we've been hovering up 47 for most of the time, or 46. So I had it charged to 80. That was perfect timing. Wow. I put on a sweatshirt. It's cold now. It's like 60 degrees. It really dropped. It was 90 in Michigan almost when we were driving through. So full charging time, 57 minutes, 44 kilowatt hours. So we charged for about an hour for $6 for 44 kilowatt hours. That's a pretty good deal. It's like a little over $6. It's probably like under $6 at USD at least. So let's go ahead and we'll unplug the car. We'll get on our way. We are an hour and a half away from our Airbnb. What's strange is this charger, it doesn't show pricing on here. It's all through the app, which I think is strange. And I'm pretty sure this has to be activated through the app. I don't think there's no credit card readers on these at all. So you just have to kind of scan this QR code to start or get the Ivy app. So if we look in the Ivy app, I'm just curious what it shows. It is 1:30 a.m. Eastern now. So we left at like 11 a.m. this morning. We're definitely running behind schedule. Mostly, I think this really screwed us over here. A couple charging issues, and this, it really adds to your time. So that's why it's really important that we get these working the way we want them to. So let's see, account, charging history. No way, did that really only cost $3? $3. That's probably $3 Canadian too. That is a steal. This station over here was charging like 4 times that amount. So it still isn't bad, but it says $6 an hour. I have a feeling that's going to be finalized later. We'll see, but that can't be right. $3. I'm trying to open the receipt, but it's not wanting to pull it. Oh, there we go. So no way. So 58 minutes, $6.78 an hour amounts to $3.02 somehow. That doesn't make sense, but I'll take it. If that's what they want to charge me, that's fine with me. So let's go ahead, close our good old charging cap here. We should arrive to the Airbnb with maybe about like 25%, maybe 30% or so, and then we'll worry about charging. We don't need to go anywhere tomorrow outside of Niagara Falls. So we're almost to Niagara Falls, Ontario side. So we're not going to the USA side. So we're staying in Ontario. So we'll get on our way here, and then yeah, we'll just, film when we get there. We might film in the morning. It's pretty late. So we're going to be there about 3 a.m. It's like an hour and a half from here. So a little bit more driving and we'll be there. So the car is still yelling at me about the washer fluid. So you see that message down there. Still, the whole trip, 859 kilometers. Since the last charge, we charged briefly at that other one that was kind of a dud for, that was 26 kilometers ago. Apparently, I thought it was more than that, but that maybe is right. 860 kilometers since we started. Yeah, so pretty much, I don't even know what that is in miles. I'm too lazy to do the calculation. So the ID.4 is nice because you can just hop into the settings and then go into units, change the distance to miles. So 80%, 177 miles of range is about what we would expect with 3.1. We've got 534 miles. How many more miles do we have? I don't know. It's all in kilometers now. We'll switch that back. But it's nice that they show both the kilometers and the miles per hour when you switch it into kilometer per hour for speed. So that's cool. So let me check my phone here because I don't have it plugged in with Android Auto yet. The wireless Android Auto is kind of weird with my dash cam because that also connects through Wi-Fi. But we're 157 kilometers. Get the glare out of there. We're 157 kilometers away, 286 kilometers on the guessometer, so we have plenty of a buffer. So I think we should be good. We should get there with quite a bit of buffer. So we'll get on our way. We might film when we get there. We might not. So probably not because we're going to be tired. We'll film in the morning. But stay tuned for part 2. Please, yeah, if you're not going to hang around until we get there, please check out part 2 on the way back. We probably are going to do some type of video just testing some other chargers while we're in Niagara Falls too. There might be a couple other networks we can hit. But yeah, we're getting tired now. You can see Teddy is out over my shoulder here. He's dead. Riley is over yonder. They're tired dogs, but they've been sniffing all the Canadian dogs here. They have a little pet area over here as well, which is nice. But yeah, we'll get on our way. We should be there about 3 a.m. Eastern. And yeah, so I mean, charging's working. Just could be a lot faster. But I think this one really killed us on time because this took an hour here. And we were only supposed to stop for about 20 minutes if the other charger was working the maximum speed it could. So we're charging at like a fourth of the speed as what we should. But hopefully it is better either on the way back or while we're in Niagara. And we will end up going to Toronto. This might actually end up being a 3-part video. We'll see. But yeah, stay tuned.